Welcome to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Special Sunday edition this morning. Welcome in. I hope everybody's doing simply fantastic and lovely this Sunday morning. I hope you're having a great morning. Hope you're having a great weekend. We're surprising you with our 2 live streams this weekend. I don't know why. We wanted to. What exactly launched here? We've got some news. Canary Capital XRPC has launched. That's the ticker XRPC. It is the new Canary small company. Canary Capital LLC is a small little company. They've issued it on the NASDAQ. It's alive and running and kicking butt. Issuer, digital assets focused manager, right? Canary Capital, very small. U.S. spot ETF that holds XRP directly. So it's not a future. It's directly. The fee management, 0.50%. Custody is Coinbase, is referenced as the custodian. Okay. His registration path is listed via SEC, the Form 8A, right? The generic listing. And no NASDAQ. So NASDAQ could list, well, they already did, but I mean, as far as zipping and zapping and getting the quick generic listing, nice work is what I'm going to say. Okay. This functionality, it's the first U.S. spot pure, we're calling it a pure spot ETF, XRP ETF, giving simple brokerage accounts access to physical XRP exposure now. Okay. The hard numbers so far through close of day 2, Thursday, as of November 13th, 2025, in the NASDAQ, record book debut, day 1. Different desks are quoting slightly different intraday snapshots. However, they're all basically in the same ballpark. About 26 mil in the first 30 minutes or so of trading, similar to Rex Osprey ETF, which is not a pure ETF, by the way, a pure offering. That's what Eric Balchunas said. Of Bloomberg, right? He's a Binance news feed. It has been quoted at about that, roughly 36 mil in the first 3 hours per crypto slate. That's what they're saying, that source. Okay, closing one-day volume, according to you today, and also Bloomberg data, about 58 million. Wow, that's crazy stuff. That's a lot. Other outlets round it to about 59 mil in one-day trading. So these are the reports that we're getting. One data set, so-so value, 0 net inflows for one day, followed by 243 million in net inflows on day 2, which is monstrous. Crypto briefing, Mexi, crypto in America, described the picture as nearly 245 million in net flows associated with the launch, and call it the best ETF launch of the year by flows. The best ETF launch of the year by flows. Saying it again, it is the best ETF launch of the year. Thank you. However you slice it, day 1 versus day 2, roughly about $250 million of XRP was created into XRPC in the first 48 hours by the end of the first inflow spike. Net assets about 248 mil to 250 mil. XRP held about nearly 109 million XRP. And share of XRP's market cap, roughly 0.18% of total XRP market value sitting inside this one XRP. Now here's the thing. Gonna run out. You're going to need more. There's no question about that. Going to need to purchase more. We're going to see massive XRP buying coming up shortly here. And by the way, welcome to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. Please tap that like, please tap that subscribe button. And please don't forget that our Patreon has launched, and you can check that out as well. Thanks for joining us here, spending some time on your Sunday morning with Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with the Tank. We're going to have a special Sunday morning edition. We usually don't come out on the weekends. It's usually Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Colorado time. But today, we have a special episode for you. Day 2, still heavy for an altcoin ETF. That's what I'm saying. That's what they're saying, too. Pundits are saying that. About 26, 27 mil by Friday. So 84 to 85 mil total secondary market value, and around 243 mil, like we said, to 245 mil in primary creations. So new XRP bought for the fund is what the primary creation is. So for an altcoin that isn't BTC and ETH, those are aggressive numbers. I mean, come on. Concrete records show that, well, they've been broken, right? First U.S. spot, pure spot XRP ETF. XRPC is officially the first U.S. listed spot XRP for ETF that is pure, trading on NASDAQ under the generic crypto ETF rules. So it's a structural first, and no one else has a U.S. spot XRP ETF trading yet. It's pretty amazing. Good for you, Canary. Biggest ETF launch since 2025, by the way, by one-day volume. All ETF categories, by the way. So multiple outlets, all tying back to Bloomberg ETF data, are explicit. Today, XRPC has registered the biggest trading volume in one day. Look at the 900 ETFs that have debuted in 2025. Wow. Out of 900 of them, the best. Sherwood Cryptocraft headline says XRP Canary Capital ETF record trading volume ETFs launch its launch. So yeah, it's getting attention, and others are recognizing its record breaking status. The fact that this has broken ETF records, and out of 200 and what did it say? 250 or so? Pretty sure it was about out of 250 that we're dealing with, and XRP broke the record. So if that is in fact what I said, I'm pretty sure. What did he say? I don't know. But anyway, welcome to the channel, and welcome to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. I hope you all are hanging in and doing well with the crypto market coming in today. Bitcoin at 95,000 and 472 for one Bitcoin. Fear and greed is in at 18% into the fear, which is huge. 3.24 crypto market cap today, right? Now, here's the deal. Canary's XRP ETF, guys, clocked the 58 to 59 mil, as you know, edging even BSOL, even Solana's. That makes XRP the single largest altcoin ETF debut, record-breaking one-day volume in history, beating Solana's best, its best offering, okay? So, best 2025 ETF launch by net inflows, $250 million in 48 hours. Several flow tracking summaries are very clear, guys. We're on our way to stardom. We're on our way to very high XRP prices. We're on our way to very high crypto prices in general. In my opinion, we could see Bitcoin. I really think Bitcoin should probably just go away. It's kind of the best thing. I think that'd be the best thing for you, Bitcoin, is you should just go away. I don't mean that in a mean way at all. I mean that in the most factual. Let's clean it up. I'm a surgeon. I'm coming in to clean up the crypto space and perform some surgery. I'm cutting out the cancer that is the Bitcoin. What are you talking about? Cancer, Bitcoin's the start of the whole thing, the cancer. It's the thing that drives the whole thing. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh, boy. Having fun with crypto yet? Having fun listening to all the talking heads, all the yappers, yapping about Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana, all the yappers that have a history, that are the mouthpieces for the newfangled crypto financial space that folks trust. You got your Mr. Wonderful. What's this guy, a wrestler? Come on, Mr. Wonderful. You got your Raw Pals. You got all these guys out here who are awesome. I mean, come on, these guys are financial geniuses. Let's get real, Tanker. These guys are financial geniuses. I mean, I think Mr. Wonderful, I don't know. That might be too much with the name. But, the track record is certainly there with these people, these dudes, that bald dude, Mr. Wonderful. I want to see him in the wrestling outfit on the bottom half. I want him to come out in those trunks, those wrestling trunks. You know how he does the top half with the business. And then the party down, let's see the wrestling. Come on, that's funny. Have a laugh. Don't be so serious, Mr. Wonderful. All right, here's the deal. Now I got to get CEO on you. All right, now listen. All right, now here's the deal. All right, now, let me tell you this. Bitcoin is a joke, first of all. It is a speculative joke. It can't do... Look at it. I'm not being negative here at all. I'm going to be a positive guy. Let's be positive, okay? When it comes to Bitcoin, I think, in my opinion, let me get here if I'm going to be talking. In my opinion, when it comes to the old Bitcoin, we are dealing with your classic Army field phone. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is back in the day when the Army was doing its thing out in the field, don't you know, it had a big old clunky field phone that was like this big, like a huge thing. And they were like this, trying to talk with it. Now here's my phone right now, right? And here's the field phone. Yeah, go at it. Wait, hang on. No, seriously. You remember? That huge thing on it? Hey, yeah, go ahead. The coordinates. Yeah, hang on. Hold on. Oh, this thing's so heavy. You know, that's Bitcoin, okay? And now out in the field, here's what they're doing. Do the thing, put that thing away. Done. You're done. It's done. You're not waiting. We're still waiting for a signal on this, a response on this guy. Wait, hang on. Yeah, that's right, Charlie. Yep. We're still waiting on a signal on this thing. That's Bitcoin. Nobody uses that crap anymore. All right? Was that a good enough analogy for you? We use this now. Wake the frick up. All right, so Bitcoin is the first one that got first mover advantage, and then somebody might say, well, now look, then Taker, why is everybody telling me that it's all about, I'm hearing Mr. Wonderful, and I'm hearing Raw Powell, and all these guys saying that it's all about Bitcoin and Ethereum. What could you know versus them? I mean, this guy's got a weekly new Michael James microphone. Stay put. These guys have, track records. I'm a contractor. Who am I? Why would you ever listen to me? How do I know what I'm talking about, relatively speaking, compared to Raw Powell, who's the financial whiz, right? And Mr. Wonderful, not the wrestler, the financial guy, the bald guy there from Shark Tank, that dude. And then the other people, you got all these other guys who are, and gals, Kathy Wood. Oh my God, she's so smart. It's Kathy Wood. Oh, what Kathy Wood said. Jeez. All right, Kathy, and all of you, and Mikey Boy. How about Mikey Saylor? How about Mikey Boy? That us leverage the whole farm to buy a speculative thing called Bitcoin. Yeah, but Michael, well, Mr. Saylor, hang on. I got one quick question before we hock the farm and go put it all into the Bitcoin and mortgage the property, put it all into Bitcoin, take out a HELOC and put it into Bitcoin. Before we do that, can you please just answer me one quick question? Hang on, Mikey Boy. Hey, hold on, Mr. Saylor. I got one quick question. All right, hold on, Mikey. I got a question. Oh, what does Bitcoin do, really, the actual Bitcoin network itself? What does it do in the world to serve the people? What problem, what pain point does it solve? What problem? It's peer-to-peer cash. It's peer-to-peer money. Yeah, but didn't you all agree, all the Bitcoin folk and all the others who are not, and all the wise minds on the planet, that it can't operate? What I feel like I have a hair. Can't operate as a... It's not realistic. It's not viable. You're not performing enough transactions per second to make this viable, amongst other things. Come on. You're not a payment network, and you've admitted it. You can't do it. So peer-to-peer cash, goodbye. Okay, so now what are you doing in the real world? No, seriously, what are you doing in the real world? Bitcoin. I'm asking, before we hock the farm and take all our money or take out a HELOC or whatever and put it all into Bitcoin, show me how it's not simply a speculative pet rock and it's actually a store of value. Now, I know that it fails at least 3 or 4, some say there are 5 stores of value. Portability, it crushes it. It's the best example of portability and divisibility concerning a store of value in history that we've ever seen. It fails all the other, though, Mikey Boy. Yeah, I'm kind of talking to Michael Saylor right now. It fails all the others. So please tell me, as a wise, intelligent, well-learned man from MIT, I mean that, and I'm not being funny. That means you are the schnizzle when it comes to these up here in the noggin, right? You're really smart. So if you're really smart like this, and you're so smart like this, really, I mean it genuinely. I'm not even being funny by making my voice sound like that. I mean it. This dude's really freaking smart. How come you can't answer me that question intelligently? I don't think anybody can. Because there is no intelligent answer, because the fact is, when we consider economics, hey, words mean things. Somebody else said that. With digital asset investors, somebody keeps saying that all the time. Words mean things. Yeah, or was it Brad Kimes? Somebody keeps saying that, and it does matter. Words do mean things. That's why we have definitions in a freaking dictionary. It's got the fucking... I'm going to tweak out, sorry. I don't think I swore. I don't think I did it. That's why we have a dictionary that we all herald of, hey, this is the dictionary. These give us the definitions of these words, because words actually have definitions and mean things. And when we consider a store of value, the store of value, you want to go to Wharton School of Business or wherever, they're going to have a professor there that's going to have you in a class and go, now look, Mikey, hey, Mr. Sailor, excuse me, you in the back there. You have a seat. Let me have a seat back there. Now look it. Now put your hand down. We'll answer your questions at the end, Mikey. Hang on, hold on, Mikey. Look it. Here at the Wharton School of Business, we have definitions for things. Yeah, we have a glossary at the end of our books that actually have the right. Are you with me? Come on, you're an MIT guy. Now look, I mean that. You're an MIT guy. I'm not making fun. If you come out of MIT, you're wicked freaking smart. This dude's wicked smart. So why the bull crapping? Why is he bull crapping? Because why on Bitcoin? Why are you bull crapping? It is a store of value. Now here, look at, no, Mikey, we'll get to your questions in a minute. Sit down. Here at the, hey, sit down. I don't want to send you to the office. Now look, here at the Wharton School of Business, when we talk about a store of value, it has to hit our criteria. It has to hit at least 4. You fail, Bitcoin, on 3 out of 4. Highly portable. Here, let me directly read it. Highly portable. It's highly portable and divisible. Good for you. It wins like no other. It is not scarce. It doesn't get burnt. Shut the stupid yapper. Hey, Mikey, zip it. You know anything about crypto, Mikey? No. It's not scarce in the economic definition of scarce here at the Wharton School of Business. Please sit down. Mikey, please sit down, or I'm going to send you to the office. Stop interrupting. Not durable without a fragile global infrastructure. Mikey, please be quiet. You're disrupting the class. Don't make me pull out my pointer. Not durable without a fragile global infrastructure. That's structure. You're not going, no, Bitcoin, you ain't going to hide from the light now, child. Now look at it. I'm going to shine some light on you. You succeed wildly like no other with portability and being a digital commodity that is portable now, a digital gold that is highly divisible and usable and viable in the world. Bless your souls, Bitcoin. You really did do it on that one. That's the ultimate. Bitcoin hits it on that, okay? Nothing else can really touch maybe XRP. Right. Now, you got one. Now, you got to get scarcity. You've got to be able to disappear Bitcoin in the world. Now, Mikey, I'm talking to you, and Bitcoin, I'm talking to you too, because you're 2 peas in a pod. Now, listen, sit down, Mikey. I told you, sit down. Here at the Wharton School of Business, we don't tolerate class interruptions. Sit down, or I'm sending you down to the dean. Now, listen. It is not scarce. It is not being burned. It still remains on wallets and is available. Once I buy it, once I use it in a transaction, it doesn't get burned. No, you're missing that. If I'm wrong about that, strike me down with a big bolt of lightning right now. See what I mean? Not durable either. However, scarcity, let's get back to that. In the economic definition here at the Wharton School of Business, no, be quiet, please, Mikey. I'll hold your questions to the end. Put that hand down. I told you to hold your questions to the end. Here's the deal. You are not when we consider in the economic definition, a scarce store, a store of value. So you don't hit store of value on scarcity. Your Bitcoin remains. It remains in wallets, and it remains once it's purchased, and once it's used to purchase something, it is not burned. XRP and the XRP ledger, on the other hand, is actually burns and disappears from this space, from this third dimension, from this third rock from the sun we call the earth. It literally disappears from this place. Mikey, I said, hold your questions to the end. You're really annoying me. Number 3, it is not durable without a fragile global infrastructure. Yeah, it's not like gold. Gotcha. There was a hair on there. It's not like gold. This is a gold bar. I can take it. It's strong. I can take it, run across. Oh, I dropped it. No big deal. I know he got hit by an EMP just now. No problem. An electromagnetic pulse. No problem. Didn't do anything to it. It's gold. On Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, we're done. Just got whacked with an EMP. Okay, so any solar flare, Bitcoin, goodbye. Now look at not goodbye completely, right? Somebody talk to me about that. I say right like I'm right. I don't know if I'm right. And I don't like that constant right after what everybody's saying. Why is everybody doing that? Is everybody a robot in this world? Why all of a sudden when people start saying things like, hey, not a durable, not durable without a fragile infrastructure, right? Why you gotta say right at the end? Why is everybody doing that? It's like we're in a weird hive mind where everybody parrots what everybody else says, and it's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. I'm so sick of it. Somebody said to me the other day, you follow whatever. And I thought to myself, don't you know me by now? I don't follow. Shit follows me. Well, that didn't sound right. Yeah. I do the leading. All the other stuff does the following behind me. I'm not being egocentric. That's what I do. You ought to too. And consider your fellow brother and sister, right? And be kind while you're doing that. Now look at, are you a lion or are you a little wussy mouse? All right. It's also, Mikey, that was a direct question at you. Now sit down. Stop interrupting, Mr. Sailor. Number 4, not stable enough in demand or volatility. What do we mean by that? I have a friend who says to me, insists that because Bitcoin outperforms, it is a genius, by the way, I love him, but he's awesome. But he insists with me that, bless his soul, that Bitcoin it hits this mark as a store of value because it outperforms goods and services. I'm sorry, but that's not accurate. That's not correct. It's not that. That's not what it needs to do. That means it is not a store of value. Now, my blessed friend, I love this guy. He's awesome. He's so much smarter than me too, by the way. But that's why I'm like, why are you not saying this? But because of the locked into a parroting thing that we've learned over time, it's very difficult to break out of, even for the wisest of us, including my buddy here, including me, everybody. Now, here's the deal, my good buddy. Bless your soul. You're missing this point, and everybody else is too, or most people are. Bitcoin far surpasses the cost of goods and services. That means it does not stay correlated. Co-related. Let's use the etymology and bust that word down. Correlated, co-related. It must stay correlated, and it does not. It blows it away. It blows away the costs of goods and services. So that's a fail on store of value. You need to ride with it, see? So that's a fail. Sorry, Charlies. Not proven across multiple economic cycles. There goes another one. Sorry, Charlie. You only been around 16 years. You're a freaking teenager. You just blew out 16 birthday candles. You don't know crap in this world. When you get to be 30, 40 years old or so, and you start learning about this world, Bitcoin, and you start being around that long, and you're going up and to the right that long, by the way, you're still not doing it. You're not staying correlated with goods and services. See? And by the way, you're not highly portable. And by the way, you're not scarce. And by the way, an EMP takes you out in 2 seconds. So you know what? You're really kind of a piece of little garbage-ola. You don't perform as a payment system. What the fuck are you? What are you, Bitcoin? You're a freaking ghost in the mist is what you are. You don't do anything in our world. Get the hell out of here and give your $95,000 price that is on speculation to XRP. And you take our $2.13. And let's put the real value where the real value belongs in this world. Because the world's upside down when Bitcoin's at 95,363 per coin and XRP's at $2.20. What that shows the world has no idea when the world's going on with crypto. That needs to be flipped. Yeah, I'm screaming. For good reason on a Sunday morning. Now, look at it. I love everybody still. Come on. Today's a holy day. Calm down, Tank. Put a smile on your face. Hey, do you know about Sunday, the day of the sun? Do you know about that? Yeah. Do you know about Saturn Day or Saturday, the day of Saturn? That was almost a sun, actually. So was Jupiter. Almost large enough to settle into a star. You don't know, do you know about these things? Do you? Do you know about Thursday being Thor's Day, actually? This guy's really weird. Now he's talking about comic book characters and stuff. I can't listen to this guy anymore. You don't know that Monday is actually Moon Day? Yeah? No, you don't know? All right, it's not what the channel's for. Now look at what the channel's for is to make sure that you all understand what you've been missing about crypto, and that's what I'm here to tell you about. Now look at, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice, and nothing I say or do is to be construed as financial advice. I am simply I want to say an educator, but I don't know if I qualify as an educator. I'm kind of a repeater of information that's known in the world that anybody could find out. So I'm kind of simply a parroter, but a parroter that's got a good, I don't know if I want to say certain things. A good eye of foresight going. And also, not a robot in this matrix, but for a very little bit. We all have to be. But who lives between two worlds, let's say. And is able to dovetail the two quite nicely on the ready constantly in real time. Try that little trick. I know some of you do. In fact, everybody does. Are you aware? Anyway, are you aware of Bitcoin being at 95,355 when that is the biggest joke on the planet? It really should be back here where it was. Hold on one sec now, kids. It really should be back here at somewhere around maybe where it was. Here, let's get your real price Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin maxis are crying in their coffee right now. You little wussies. Don't be wussies. Be strong. Be strong, humans. Even if you bought Bitcoin and you're now seeing the truth, look at it, jumped right past that price in one day, never to go back again. Somewhere around 2011, May, the second-ish, somewhere around the 1st of May. Sorry, my apologies. Somewhere around here. Yeah, somewhere around 2011, the 1st of May. April-ish, 2011, it took off. You see that price is $1.13 for Bitcoin. It then took off as of April and May of 2011, never to go back again. Isn't that how hilarious to me that actually ought to be XRP's price? Maybe not right now because it's not doing it all right. Give XRP a price of somewhere in here. This is where we need to be with XRP. Somewhere around here, $100 or so. We need to be when we turn everything on, coming soon with our permissionless features coming, when all the rest are turned on, and we're used as the open source network that we actually are as the XRP ledger and are dovetailing with the other AMMs in the XLS30 and blah, 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 all the things we cover constantly on this channel. If anybody is awake enough to see the truth that XRP and the others, my boy Charles Hoskinson, he's not my boy, I don't even know him. But I think he's cool, and I think he's hilarious, and I think he's got his eyes over the target and his heart over the target and this over the target. And Charles is cool, and it's not Hodgkinson's. That's a disease. This guy's name is Hoskinson. Let's please get the guy's name right, guys. And I mean no offense, Chucky, when I call you Chucky. That's a term of endearment. That's a bro thing. And by the way, Chucky with ADA, with Cardano, one of the 8 co-founders of Ethereum, who said, you know what, this chain's never going to be able to do this. What we're saying this is, you guys are all kidding yourselves. I'm out of here. I'm going to go create Cardano later. And then Gavin Wood said, I'm going to do the same thing with Polkadot later. And then there's some others too. But then you got Vitalik Buterin and that little guy with the T-shirt on with the unicorns on him. I don't know. Maybe he's grown up and now he's got a regular man's shirt on now. I don't know. But he has little kids' unicorns on his shirt and things, and he's so fun. This little guy who slept on Stefan Thomas's couch way back when. back in the day over at Ripple. Come on, guys. You remember these, all what's going on in crypto here and the backlog of crypto. We need to do a documentary on all this stuff in a cartoon form so that we can do Stefan Thomas coming out and offering coffee to a bed-headed Vitalik Buterin with his well, we got to be careful, you know. You could show his unicorn shirt he wears or whatever. We got to be careful about the bottom half. Make sure he's got jammies on or something. They can have unicorns. And, you know, we do that, play that little scene out of him offering him coffee and being like, so how was your Uber ride last night when you got, and what do you mean to learn here at Ripple, Vitalik? As you came from Canada, of course, and was it Canada? No, it was actually Russia. And then didn't he stop over in Canada with Lubin for a while? Aren't they? Isn't that whole, I don't want to lay this whole thing out here alive. Oh boy, we're going to have to do documented. Be careful now. Be careful now with the history of this whole thing, Stephen and others. You know what I mean? Be careful. You know what I'm talking about now. Come on now, child. Now be careful, Tanker. Now look at, would you please give us the 95K, please, real XRP price in Bitcoin? You can take the $2.20 something because that's what you deserve, because you are a piece of garbage in this world and you serve no real function to the folks but for as a speculative asset. Thank you. Drops the mic. Don't forget Caleb and Brown, and don't forget, you better give them a call if you don't want to get on the internet. Give them an international based call. 844 are the first three for you. Excuse me. And if you'd like to use Australia, you're going to start with the 61 there. You tell them the Tanker sent you. You go ahead and talk to Jim. I don't know why I couldn't say that properly, but I'm not going to re-say it. I don't know. That was bad enough, dude. Why'd you stop? You killed your flow, guy. Talk to Jim Bazzani over there. He is head of business, international business development, I do believe. We have an episode with Mr. Jim. He is awesome. You're not going to find a better human being on this planet that at least I've talked to in Crypto Live. I haven't talked to Brad. I haven't talked to Chucky. I haven't talked to any of these other people yet. I'm sure they're stellar human beings. I'm going to get a chance to get a nice little chat with each of them. They look to be pretty cool people. I hope my bubble isn't bursted the way it was with Jim Rickards, that little misleader. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Jim Rickards, you genius on this planet. But I'll call you out in a heartbeat to Tanker. I ain't afraid of nothing. I'm going to call you out and you're going to piss me off, Rickards, because you blew my image of you, and that tells me you're working for the man, you little liar. See, I couldn't say that word because the algorithm would have caught me, so I made some weird alien word. Yeah, you ain't telling the truth now, child. You trying to say he says in the interview I played. Oh, you want me to play it again? He says in an interview on London Real, Mr. Jim Rickards calling you out, buddy. Love you. I think you're a really smart dude. But you ain't telling the people what is really going down with the crypto, in my opinion. Let's be careful about how we talk now, Tank. Be careful. Now, Jim, you're a really smart guy, Mr. Rickards. You're really smart. You got books out you wrote. You're a gold bug. I love all that. You're a genius. And what you saying in the interview that I have on my episode yesterday or whatever, day before, whatever it was, where I'm playing your interview with you saying, sorry, Charlie, now I got to do it because you ain't going to keep saying it and then not play the interview because everybody's going, dude, just play the interview. And so here you go. I'm going to. Right? So everybody says, right? Yeah, right? Wait, are you tracking? Does it check all the boxes? Dude, the world's a bunch of ridiculous parrot robot monkey bots. All right, here you go. Let's get his quick little interview here. Interview with Mr. Jimmy Rickards, telling the world that he has he's telling the world that he has ripped apart Bitcoin and cryptocurrency because he went and did a debate over in London, and he likes to know more about the topic, his opponent's topic, than his opponent has actually researched in his or her time. This is how far he's going. That's what he said in the interview. He said, when I go to debate somebody, which is brilliant, I like to know more about the topic than that person who has been on that topic his or her whole life researching it and is going to present. Like if you're going to present ADA and I'm going to present XRP, I like to know more on Cardano and ADA than you know before I come to the thing to go debate, Charles Hoskinson, let's say. Okay. That's what he's saying in the interview that he does. I'll get to it in a second. And he continues to say that since I know it on such a deep level like this, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, I am telling you that it is not he says it's not the next thing. He says he doesn't put his money into it. He doesn't invest in it. And he says he doesn't recommend it. That's what he says. He doesn't talk in this interview about, that I saw at least. I may be incorrect. I didn't see him talk about, let me be clear and clean and true and accurate. The portions of the interview that I didn't watch the whole thing. I couldn't stomach it. No offense. I didn't watch the whole thing. And I said to myself, here goes a hero of mine who has just gone to zero in my book because you are not being truthful. You say you ripped crypto apart and dissected it and know it like no other. And you're telling me it's not useful. And what about XRP? What about Interrupt? What about Chainlink? What are you talking about, guy? What? You know, you're not being, in my opinion, forthcoming, and you're not laying it out. You are misleading the folk, my good man. Watch. Check it. Okay, goodbye, Jim Rickards. I used to like you. I don't anymore. You have failed my true human being test. You are not leading the humans down the right road. Not cool, dude. Not cool at all, Jimmy. Jimmy Rickards. Shut up with your stupid subscribe crap. No, you're not going to let me do it. Then I shall choose another. Because you are ridiculous. Get out of here. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Let's go to YouTube. And let's pull it up right from the horse's mouthy. London Reel. Boom. London Reel. Let's go right to your little channel there, buddy. Let's go right to your little channel. And now let's search for Jimmy Rickards. You little misleader. Jimmy Rickards. Jim Rickards. You're not Jim Rickards. He had him on a lot. Hold on. What was the episode? What was it entitled? Well, let's just say on Bitcoin. Let's say on cryptocurrency. On crypto. Let's see if we can find our episode. This guy's unbelievable. Is this it? No. Yeah, I think this is it. Let's see. That's not it. Is it? That's not it. All right, anyway. Anyway, the bottom line is, I think you guys, God, where is it? I had it up yesterday. You're going to have to refer to yesterday's episode. I guess I can do that and pull it up. The dollar isn't dying. It's dismantling. I'm not sure if that's where it is. But anyway, bottom line is this guy, Jim Rickards, is a very interesting character. And I say this because he's a genius amongst geniuses. He was hired by three-letter agencies to figure out what would happen if the whole world... Two Paws, welcome in. What's up, buddy? Welcome back. He was commissioned to tell the world what would happen if we ran into a World War III and it was a financial World War III, only financial based. And how would we play that as the U.S. and how would we be assured that we would actually win after you lay out what that would look like, Mr. Rickards? Please do that for us. Excuse me, that's what that guy did for us, for some three-letter agencies. This dude is the genius amongst geniuses. He is wicked, 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 wicked smart, Jim Rickards. He is so smart. So if he's so smart and he is the smartest of the smart and he tore apart crypto and he said he did and he said knows more about crypto than the people who are presenting crypto that he's debating, then how come he can sit there and say that crypto is not the future and that he doesn't want to invest in crypto and it's not a big thing and it's not where things are going and he doesn't recommend it, his words, he doesn't recommend it. And he says that Bitcoin is he was over the target when he said Bitcoin's a store of speculation. He does say that and he's over the target with that. He's accurate with that. Now, he's also not saying, at least in this particular interview that I am aware of, that XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, IOTA, Algo, ADA, Quant, the 8 ISOs are laying down the rails along with the messaging standards that have been set forth by the FSB, the Financial Stability Board, and also then, of course, the BIS insisting that those come to pass for the G20 nations, and also the Bank of International Settlement laying that down, the Central Bank of Central Banks. Thank you, Augustus Carson, former head of the Central Bank of Mexico, the big guy with the arms. That dude. Yep, thanks to him, and thanks to the Bank of International Settlements laying down the law for all the central banks, the Fed here in the U.S., the Central Bank of Japan, and blah, 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 and all the countries, right? Right. Checks the boxes, right. Say all the things that the parrots say, right. Let's parrot it all. Checks the boxes, right. What are the other ones? You tracking me? Yeah, you tracking me? Tracking me. Let's say all the things the parrots say, right. I hope you're having fun with your life. I hope you're not trapped in the matrix. I hope you see the truth of things. I hope you understand that some of these cryptos, blockchain technologies and cryptos that we're purchasing for pennies, never financial advice, and also just a couple of bucks, are literally going to $50, $75, $100, $500, $1,000. And some of the people in this crypto space are literally about to have like $50 million. And I'm not kidding. Be quiet, Tank. Then everybody's going to be after you. Quit being a wuss. Hire a team. All right, so, I mean, what does Stallone do? Like, what do you think? Stallone cowers? You don't cower. All right, now here's the deal. You need to wake up and smell the whatever it is. Smell the crypto, all right? You don't have to be cuckoo for crypto puffs the way I am, like a wacko, like a toucan Sam. But you got to at least have your head out of the matrix a little bit, dipped out enough so you can see the truth about what they are not telling you about and want you to parrot, that 90% of the people are to believe that Bitcoin is worth $95,000 and it holds $2.2 trillion of the crypto market space of $3.2 trillion. And XRP only holds, I can't do it because I got to clear my throat. I got to wind myself up too. Hold on, I ran out. And XRP is only at $2.20. I have been told it's sued by the SEC for a darn good reason, and the owners are holding too much of it, and therefore it can be dumped on the market at any time. So I don't like to buy XRP. Oh my gosh. There are some people around me that have so much more disposable money than I do. Literally, they probably could literally dump, I don't know, $100K into XRP if they had the foresight to see the truth, or at least take it and split it between the ISOs. Maybe they did. Maybe they're not telling me and they don't want to be in just in case, you know what I mean? And they're not, I don't know. But I have people around me that have so much gosh dang expendable. I'm talking about like $100K they easily could drop, and I know it's true. Anyway, and they ain't doing that. Oh, I know they ain't doing it, because if they did that, they literally would have like $2 billion coming up. They literally would be the billionaires on the planet, but they're not going to make the move. Risk mitigation will keep them from doing. And so, guys, investing has a lot to do with talk to, I don't think we're going to be able to, but go read up on Carnegie and some of these others and, listen to some Dan Pena. He'll tell you the truth. Even the folks who look like little wussies, like that guy from Meta or whatever. I mean, these guys have cojones, or else they don't make the moves they make. See what I mean? They got balls. They might appear to be kind of like meek or, but they're not to be taken lightly. These people, like what's the dude's name from Meta? I should probably remember his name. He's a big guy in the world. I don't. The Matrix tries to trap me, and I won't allow it. Whatever that dude's name is, the skinny dude that got up in front of Congress and stuff. Guy's like building all the underground stuff now, bases, bunkers and stuff for himself. Got billions. Facebook dude used to be. Whatever that dude's name is. I don't even care to remember his name. That dude, not to be trifled with. Nobody is at these levels. These guys have a lot, and boy, can they wield some power around. Money's power. I mean, you got 50 mil, 75 mil, 100 mil, now billions, these guys, you know what I mean? The Vitalics of the world, these guys have billions and billions of dollars. This is crazy stuff, guys. And some folks are about to have many billions of dollars. I'm realizing my eyes are having a hard time staying up, and I do apologize. I am in Colorado, and still, and what I'm saying is allergy time. All this stuff blowing at me. Anyway, is that it, really? Anyway, I have folks around me that could drop 100K into crypto. I'll get to comments in a sec, guys, but let me show you what that looks like. Let me show you what some of my friends dropping 100K that can afford it into crypto, what that would look like. Let's say they simply chose one like Hedera, and Hedera goes to only its $50. All right, let's say 100. Let's get real, $100 for Hedera. It's at 0.15 cents. It goes to its $100. You got to give it at least $200 for Hedera. You're being kind of silly. Call it 150. All right, so Hedera is at 0.15 cents, right? And you take your 100K and you drop it in. And you capture your 666,000 coins of Hedera. And folks, right now, careful, Tank. Those who don't know, let's put it that way, those who don't know yet are going, oh, see, he said 666. See all the sixes? That means it's evil or bad. Okay. A little hint on what 666 is, including in the Bible. There is an element that rules everything here, and it's carbon. A scientist will agree, and a theologian will agree. It is the carbon element or molecule. It's the element of carbon. Yes, it is. You know it is. 666 is its elemental structure. If I had a mic, I'd drop it. But anyway, that's all it is. It's all that's earthly or beastly. That's all the 666 is. Don't be afraid and stop being silly. They say these things to keep you away from the true knowledge. That if you do that, oh, that's bad stuff. Stay away from that now. Oh. Now, didn't they do the same thing with crypto? And they said, oh, that crypto's bad. Oh, stay away from it. It's for nefarious people. It's evil. Stay away. You know what I mean? Just like the 666 thing. Even though there's 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons in the carbon molecule of the elemental structure of carbon, which is the building block of life here. All that is beastly or earthly. Anywho, I'm not saying the bad one isn't around. That bad stuff does exist. Don't think I'm saying that. Oh, why are you saying that now, child? Now look at. You got your 666 coins here that you got. And it now takes itself, of course, for the sake of argument, let's call it 666,000 coins. Now it goes to its, let's call it let's be reasonable and call it H-bar went to 175 a coin. Well, geez, for that move, you're now sitting with $116 million unless you figure out how to work the charitable living trust and so on and so forth and make certain moves and, protect your money and blah, 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 blah from shelter it from tax, legally, of course, from tax. Now, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not a tax advisor, so I couldn't tell you how to do that. You'd have to find out and talk to your high net worth individual that you've now connected with, realizing that you're now worth over $100 million because you've taken 100K and dropped it on H-bar now at 0.15 cents, and it went to $175 in a few years. And for your 100K that you lived without for 3 to 4 to 5 to 7 to 10 years now gave you $100 million that you can now leave the legacy to your family. Am I getting through? Are we smart out there? Are we very smart people? Because don't tell me I got no 100K extra to put on this bet, because I know you do. And so that's the thing. Folks are saying, hey, look, I mitigate risk. And if I did that with all my plays, it's a true story. If I did that with all my plays like that tanker, I would not to this day be sitting here with the money I have, because I would have played it your foolhardy way and kept putting my 100K on different plays, and I would have lost my monies. And I would say, you're right, you would have. I'm not saying doing it on all of them. I'm not suggesting doing it on any, because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm saying that if somebody did make this move this one time, are you telling me this time's different with this investment again, Frank? You're pulling that one? Yes, I am. And the wife hates it when I say it and when I point out things that others are not saying, and I know is so true, and it's so obvious, and people are just afraid. They're afraid. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with being afraid. I'm not calling people wimps. People are afraid. It's the nature of the human being and animals. Look at you, come up behind a squirrel. What's it going to do? Everything's living in fear in this third rock, in this dimension. Guys, wake up, please. Nicely. Kindly wake up and see the truth of the existence. Get yourself out of the matrix. Get your good thinking cap on, your good God-given intelligence. God didn't create you to be a hive mind in the matrix and do what everybody else is saying to do. No, God gave you a good thinking mind to be a good, awesome human being and be nice to people around you whenever you can. Encourage them, be kind. Bring up your brothers and sisters to the light like you're going. Don't leave people behind. Be nice and kind. When you see something that's awesome, best you can help. It's usually simply through an example. Otherwise, we're interfering and pushing too much. Am I doing that on this channel? No, it's up to you whether you want to spend the time here. You do the click. If you do the click and you watch me, that's your business. I have the right to affect. And by the way, with this little move, I've affected an individual, anybody who is, of course, not going to make the move because I said so. They're going to talk to the registered investment advisor. And then they dropped $100,000 on a 0.15 cent H-bar that went to $175 in a few years or so. And now they're holding $116.5 million before tax. Oh boy, I got to get to the comments. There's people who are not going to make these moves and not create massive generational wealth. I'm not talking about 20 mil. 20 mil is impressive and that's good and God bless. I'm talking about 100 mil, 200 mil, 300 mil, 400 mil, 500 mil, 600 mil, a bill, 2 Bilskis, 3 Bilskis, getting to 5 Bilskis, this range. This is what I'm talking about for portfolios for people who made moves that were wise. This is what's going to happen with these folk. Their families are going to be just a little bit different. They're going to have a family office and so on and so forth, and high net worth attorneys and so on and so forth. They're not going to have 116 mil that you're seeing here. That is simply child's play, the 116 mil right there. Some of these families that played quickly, crypto, what are you, Elmer Fudd? That played crypto like Elmer Fudd and shot first and asked questions later with that double barrel that Elmer Fudd has. What are you talking about? Elmer Fudd always missed. He never got him. Anyway, those who saw this early and put some 100K down more, blah, 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 these are the folks that are going to see 100 million, 200 million, 500 million, $1 billion dollar portfolios and are going to need a high net worth team along with, which is basically your family office. Anyway, let's get to my comments because I don't know who's wise enough to play crypto the right way, the wise way, and who's going to be sitting with 200 and 300 million in a few years. I'm not kidding either. I really mean that. It's this type of money that we're talking. And I know that I'm going to get into comments and some folks are going to be giving me some amens on what I'm saying because they know it's true too, the folks that are in my community. Yet I'm in here on this stream, and if I refresh my chat, I'm pretty sure there's only about 9 people in here. Oh my God. Oh, his name is Zuckerberg. That's right. That dude from Meta's name is Zuckerberg. 5% tax. Here, let's run through Zuckerberg, what a character this dude is. As the story goes, I'm from Connecticut, so that whole story of Facebook at what is it, Harvard or whatever, with the Zucky boys that are from Connecticut, the two Roe dudes, which apparently are awesome guys. I hear they're just awesome dudes. The Winklevoss brothers, and I don't know if that's true or not, but I hear they're just awesome dudes. Don't know anything about Zucky and all these other people, but anyway, from what I hear is Winklevoss bros are totally cool. Roe dudes from Connecticut back in the day then said, "Oh my gosh, I heard about Bitcoin." I heard a good interview with them on YouTube, and they're like, "We heard about Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. We decided to try it. It actually won. We said, hey, why don't we just open up Gemini now and do that whole move and boom, boom, boom." So anyway, you got interesting folk like Zucky Boy with that whole situation back in college, how they took, Facebook, and then Winklevoss brothers sued Zucky Boy, and then they won. And, people who I don't really care for or don't think they're probably not the best people in the world, I'm going to kind of do that and say Zucky Boy. I have no idea. He could be the best guy in the world. I have no idea. Don't think he'd be doing what he's doing and be the best guy in the world. But I can't say because I don't know him, and I'm a Gnostic. And unless I see firsthand, I can't say about someone until I research them. So I don't know about that, dude. But I will say that Two Paws is back in, and hey, what's up, Two Paws? Liking the stream? Good. I'm glad you're liking the stream. Welcome. I'm glad to see you back, my brother. Now, Turdy says, yeah, I thought someone here is talking some positive things about XRP. You dang right. New week low. It's about $2. And thanks for letting me know about Zucky Boy. U.S. Economy is one huge mess, by the way. Of course it is. It always is. It's a joke, Turdy. Dude, this whole thing is a joke. All meant to have you, and you're not, but have you be a dish rag and say, now look at U.S. economy is a mess. Look over here. Oh, no. We're starting to correct. We got tariffs happening. We're going to print some money. It's going to be okay. Look over here. Oh, no. Crypto is starting to explode. It's starting to creep up on you like a little thing. Look over here. Don't do that. Turdy, don't do that. Who cares, dude? Who cares what's going on? Zuckerberg has bunkers in Hawaii. I know he's a really weird character. Seth says Zuckerberg has bunkers in... Yes, he... sorry, why am I reading that twice? Art Cafe... Jeez, guy. Take some coffee, would you? They even say you're bad. But I don't believe them, and I don't either, says Art Caffeine says. And good morning, Space Cowboy. Welcome back in. Welcome, little buddy. How are you doing, my little friend? My pit bulls love to join me on the stream. They can't wait for me to catch up with them. Seth says, my carbon print on Planet... Oh, by the way, Turdy says Malta has 5% tax on everything, I know. And by the way, good morning, Space Cowboy. Welcome back in. Thanks for joining us again on the stream. My carbon print on Planet Earth is getting expensive. I better invest in XRP, says Seth. Yes, and also Algo, and also IOTA and some others, and HBAR, which are... Isn't Algo carbon negative? That's crazy. Gives back to the carbon footprint. Seth says 666, money-making baby. Oh, yeah. Yep. Nice word, says Seth. Thank you for your vote, Seth. Seth, awesome, my brother. One of the coolest people in crypto, a newcomer on our channel, Mr. Seth. Art is another one on our channel, and Two Paws, by the way, and Crypto Dragon back in. Anytime I see somebody that's awesome that comes in the stream that surprises me, I'm like a squirrel when you sneak up behind them. I'm like, Crypto Dragon, welcome in. Holy cow. I'm such a freak show. But I love this crypto thing, and I love that I found it so early and went cuckoo for crypto. And I hope you did too. We'll see y'all in Monaco. Let's go, Frank. 1 billion minimum, says Art Caffeine. If you see something, let's go, my brother. If you see something, say something. Great words of wisdom. It's so true. Like, let's quit being freaking wimps. You got a bunch of jackasses, man, afraid to say what they're seeing. Now, you see Bitcoin be a piece of garbage, be a speculative asset that jumped from, now look at, you ain't going to tell me to say no truth. Now look at, just stop, please. Anybody who wants to try to say anything about Bitcoin not being what I'm about to say right now is not correct. Doing it again. Sorry, Pitbull. I didn't mean to scare you, little buddy. See, even my Pitbull will literally be your head to fit inside my Pitbull's mouth. And it's like, this thing even gets freaked out. Like, everybody's in the Matrix, including my Pitbull. Everything's afraid in this place. This is an interesting place we're living in. Everything's like on edge. and afraid, even with peace and calmness and clarity. Find me a monk, maybe. I bet I'll still freak out a monk. Have a monk walk into a room, I'll jump up and go, "Pah!" And I bet I'll still freak a monk. Oh, see, my pit bull just left. See, I bet I'll even freak a monk out. Anyway, highly portable digital commodity is Bitcoin. It is a highly portable digital commodity. It is in that way the most awesomeness digital gold you ever did see. Holy cow, is this stuff awesome for a digital gold, because it's so portable and it's so divisible and it's so, usable like this digitally on a blockchain that it's just amazing. And nothing like it in the world has been seen except for XRP. The problem is it can't pull off no TPS. See? So you kind of got that one, kind of, but you can't really be used as it. So you kind of fail at everything. I'm going to start switching gears and saying that Bitcoin does not check any of the boxes for a store of value. Here's my mic. I just dropped it. There you go, kids. Not people on my channel, but the people who want to be kids and not adults in the crypto space. Oh my goodness gracious me, it fails. It is not a scarce, it does not satisfy scarcity in the world. Why? Because it's not a scarce piece. No, it's not. It's not a scarce piece because it doesn't get burned. It's also not durable without a fragile global infrastructure keeping it together, meaning we get whacked with a solar flare and goodbye. You got somebody getting more than 51% control. Goodbye. Yes, it can happen. Bitcoin gets highly centralized. You watch in the future with quantum computing that you tell me Bitcoin can't get hacked. Bull crap. Failure. Not stable enough in demand or volatility. Utter failure, Bitcoin. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Say goodnight. You are not a store of value. You are a store of speculation. You fail on this note as well. Number 3, we'll call it, because we can hit 5. No, you fail, Bitcoin. I'm sorry. You grossly outperform every other asset since your inception. In fact, it's your largest bragging point, Bitcoin people. You can't have it. Your cake and eat it too. Stop being stupid. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Bitcoin, be quiet. Michael Saylor, be quiet. Wharton School of Business is back in session. Be quiet. You're back in the back of the room. Sit down and be quiet. Mikey, be quiet. Sailor. But I'm telling you, I'm from MIT degree, and I'm telling you, you gotta hack the farm and put it into Bitcoin. You don't have to go to MIT to be smarter than folks that went to MIT who are robots going around like this. Blah, 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 blah. Let me talk my book and do what I say. See what I mean? You could be smarter than these people. Because it ain't a matter of IQ score. I'm trying to think of it. It's a matter of matrix freed score. What's the degree you are broken out of the matrix? What's that score? Now I'll show you a smart person. Tank don't hold back no crap on the channel. You need to tell your friends about me, and you need to share me, because more people need a dose of the tank so we can wake this world up. Nicely. I love him, and I love everybody. Now look at, I'm going to do nicely. I ain't being mean to you. I'm being nice. Yeah, please share the video with your friends and family and your registered investment advisor, that person that comes and sits at your kitchen table. Nelson, my brother, my senior bro, who has all these folks around him, including his family, that's like, you're crazy. You didn't buy the car, you bought XRP instead. What are you, not? Yeah, watch what they say about you coming up in a few years, Nelson. Watch this, what they say about you, the hero status you will have in your circle. They'll be like, I don't know how he did it. He saw it, though. I don't know how Nelson saw it, but he did. You told me the story in the comments that you took your money you were going to put down on a vehicle, and instead you put it down in XRP and bought that. Boy, are you going to be surprised. Boy, are your friends, that's my Italian saying, boy, are your friends going to be surprised. Any fellow Ginswines out there, you know what we do. You know what I mean? You go away to a nice trip somewhere or something, and you come back, and what does Grandma do? She pinches your cheeks, and she goes, oh, it's so nice to see you. How was your trip? Not so good, huh? Why are you saying that, Italian Grandma? It was great. Why you got to assume the worst all the time? That's what the Italians do. Anyway, it's funny. Come on, if you're Italian, you know this truth. Only the Italians know these truths. Italians also love to do the, when you say it to the Italian, you say something like, now look it, this is my side of the story and I'm sticking to it. And then you come back with, don't you give me sticking to it. Don't you stick it to it to me. Don't you give me sticking to it to me. You know what I mean? That's what the Italians do. Whatever you say, just put it in place there. And it's hilarious. It's the funniest crap. Dude, Italians are the best, man. I love my Italians. Crypto Emperor says, guys, make sure you're hitting that like. Thank you for hitting that like and subscribe on the way in. And also, thank you for saying share it with the friends. It's just saying that. Thank you. No, I didn't read that ahead of time. Thank you for helping me. Crypto Dragon Emperor. Boy, you're really going for all the titles there. How about King? Throw King at the end. Crypto Dragon Emperor King. I'm not making fun of you. I'm being fun. Excellent day today. Thank you, Crypto Dragon, for giving me the support that you do each day in here. I'm not making fun of your name. I'm trying to have fun, and I know you're laughing. Seth, because if I can make fun of me, I can make fun of anybody. Now, look at Art. Thank you for coming in. Seth, you're awesome. No, we're not leaving just yet. Marnie, thank you for coming in and hooking me up with the Zuckerberg comment there. Turdy, thank you for coming in, and also Space Cowboy. To my lovely folk in the chat, whom I love so dearly, let me refresh it. I love so dearly. We're getting Art Caffeine saying Frank's show is the realest crypto show on YouTube. I hope it is, and I'm trying to do it without swearing. You got to give me some credit, guys, and no ego, because if I can do this crap without swearing, because if I could swear, oh boy, would you see some real stuff. You would see some real stuff if I could swear. Dude, if I could pepper all the stuff I'm saying with swears and do the F's and the S's and all and everything in there, I would rock the living house like you ain't never seen. But I can't do it and I can't swear. So you're getting dull guy. Anyway, have the best Sunday ever, and let's be kind and be nice and have a great Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Tap that like and subscribe down below. Don't be like the guys from the Micro Hot Rules commercial who talks real fast with the and just disclaimer real fast like that. I wish I could do it because it'd be awesome. Don't forget got the Patreon, and don't forget to sign up with Caleb and Brown and have an awesome Sunday and love each other and love yourself. Starts with yourself first now, child. Love yourself in that mirror and don't lie. Tell truths to yourself, and then you could be honest and loving and truthful to everyone and every situation around you. That's the way the Matrix works. Love you. See you. Have a good one. See you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Colorado time. Later.